Dwight. I do bass and backing vocals.
I'm Mack. I am the drummer.
I'm Barry. I play rhythm guitar and sing.
I'm Shiggy. I play guitar.
Well, it all started probably about 5 or 6, 7 years ago. We were all 2 different bands, and we played out together.
Maybe 10 years ago.
Maybe. Well, you and I have known each other for 15.
Yeah.
But Shiggy and I have been playing music for about 15 years in Portland, and we met Dwight and Mack probably 5, 6, 7 years ago. I'm not sure, in the scene. And both of our bands fell apart. And then I put a little ad out, and voila, the Edgies formed about a year and a half, 2 years ago, do you think? How long ago was it?
2 years, probably.
2 years, okay.
I mean, about that.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
it started with a different drummer, and then I came along.
Right.
How many songs do we have now?
Well, the initial album has 10 songs, and we're working on our second CD right now, which right now I think we have about 5 songs now. So look for something coming out around maybe spring, maybe. We'll see.
Probably summer.
Yeah. Of
Winter
2017, 2018. I don't know.
Later this year.
Yeah.
Let's do that. Dwight, where are you from?
I was born in Southern California. I've been in Oregon for about 22 years now, I think.
Were you in bands down there, or did you only start doing bands up here?
I was in bands down there, but they were terrible. Just kid stuff, learning. I'm much younger than these people, so it was...
Better looking.
I don't know about that. But, I was in a few bands down in Southern California, but a long time ago, nothing worth mentioning, stupid speed metal type stuff and punk bands.
Anthrax type bands.
I was actually in Anthrax.
He was Scott Ian. He had the goatee and everything. And I'm Mack, and I'm from the Bay Area, the epicenter of thrash metal. So I've been in lots of bands that, were world famous. Van Halen to be one, or not really, but some other bands, and they don't matter. But came to Portland 12 years ago or so, met these guys, and been part of the scene for quite a while, and I really enjoy it. Portland's the best place in the world. It's my utopia for music.
And I moved here March 2000 from Los Angeles. And I really wasn't ever really in a band other than, playing on the couch. And moved here and realized it had a thriving music scene. So kind of jumped into that. Where am I from? I was born in Liverpool, England. I've lived all over the world, traveling my whole life. I've lived in Portland longer than I've lived anywhere, so this is now my hometown, I guess. Yeah, you Shiggy.
All right, yeah, I'm from Tokyo, Japan, and I brought up with...
I thought you were from Texas.
Yeehaw!
I brought up with Stones, Beatles, and The Who, and the Kinks, and... And then I think about 77, 78, I was exposed to a punk rock. I saw that on television. It's a news. And I was so shocked. And I thought, this is it. This is what I want. So I went to England in 83, 84. And I went to all the venue, the Marquee Club and Waldo Street. I saw Johnny Thunders 3 times there, and I saw John Jett and Blackhearts. They were touring Europe. I saw them at the Marquee Club at the same place, and then I moved back to Japan, and I was kind of not doing anything about some musically, and I moved to U.S. Portland in '97, and I met Barry somewhere in maybe 2000. Yeah. Then. We've been playing since then, and then we met these guys from some venue. It's a Katie O'Brien. We play.
KDO's.
Yeah.
Punk Rock Heaven.
Yeah, we played. They're in the other band.
Portland CBG.
We're in the other band too, and we played several times together, so we became friends.
So we're the
Now we're in the same
we're the
band.
rhythm section apparently.
I'm not so good at American punk rock, but they've been teaching me.
We show you the LA hardcore.
There you go. Old school LA.
Thanks, teacher.
My favorite bands, and when we go to the, who are your influences? The Descendants, Minor Threat. Love the old DC punk scene. Bad Religion, a lot of Black Flag, the early LA punk stuff. That is what made me want to pick up a guitar and start playing. So
I definitely love Black Flag. Probably my favorite band of all time, especially the early stuff, first 4 years. Circle Jerks, Off, anything related to that. Plus, English punk, Blitz, Oi, stuff like that. A little bit of Sex Pistols, stuff like that. It's all good.
I remember rummaging through my brother and sister's record collection, probably around 75, and they had a lot of Stones and Beatles, Bowie pinups, T-Rex, a lot of T-Rex. I love that early on. But then the music that was really mine turned out to be the Sex Pistols. I love that band. I was turned on to those guys probably around 81, 82. And then from there, I started looking at other English bands, punk bands, and then from there going to American bands. New York Dolls, Johnny Thunders. Shiggy and I both love Johnny Thunders and the Dolls.
all of those bands, like the Dolls and Johnny Thunders and all that, I'd never really listened to them until you guys kept mentioning it.
And then
I
you guys,
listened.
the Descendants and those other bands, so we're going
Right,
back
with
and
stuff
forth.
that you never listened to, and I'm
Yeah.
like, no, you got to listen to this.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah,
it's
so-
been a good cross-pollination, if
It
you
is.
A
will.
little bit
you
of
know?
old school and really old school.
Old stuff and older stuff, yeah.
Like the 40 to 50 barrier and then the 50 beyond barrier, So basically, between
40s.
the four of us, we're
200 years old.
We know what's
Pretty
going on.
much.
1776 over here, man.
Sadly, that's true.
Tell us about the edgy sound, Barry.
Well, just like the other bands that I was in, I really didn't want to say this is what we should sound like, even though we all have a similar reference point. Like when we first came together, both Dwight and Mack asked me kind of a certain way, how should I sound? And I said, bring who you are out and it'll be fine. And they did. And I would have to categorize us as just rock and roll. I don't think we're punk rock. I don't think we're, I don't know. You tell me.
Well, I think if you want to classify us as a band, you take 60s mod, say the Who, the Small Faces, and mix it with the little Ramones, maybe little Sex Pistols, throw in the Jam, that kind of thing, and there's the edgy sound.
A little bit of Kinks.
A little bit of Kinks, a little bit of pop, a little bit of punk, a little bit of rock and roll, a little bit of garage.
People that come up to us say a lot of different things that they think we sound like, and I'm always kind of like, what? Really? I don't
Said
see
Bay
that.
City Rollers, Cheap Trick.
Basic.
Cheap Trick mainly is the band that we get compared to.
I always
Cheap Trick.
T-A-Y.
I always tell them we do not sound like a punk band.
No.
I'm like, this is not punk
Yeah.
rock, you guys.
No.
We are dialing it back. We're playing like rock and roll.
Yeah.
And people are like,
We're rock and roll.
ah. It's like punk
We're not
rock people
hardcore,
playing
we're
rock
not
and
punk.
roll.
We're rock and roll.
Rock and roll.
If you look at Johnny Thunders, in the flesh, it's Shiggy.
Shiggy's got two modes. Shiggy's got Keith Richards. He's got two switches. He's got Keith Richards or Johnny Thunders. That's it.
That's true,
They're in
actually.
my blood.
It's one of the two. And if you listen to everything, it's either one of the two, and I like that.
Listen to
Those are
each
two good
solo and
reference
you can
points.
tell who's playing.
Right.
No, that's true, actually.
So here's the epicenter. It would be Johnny Thunders, Lemmy, Keith Moon, and Johnny Rotten over here, and that's
I
us.
get to be Lemmy? Nice.
And that's our band because we're rock and roll.
God save the Queen.
I do play Rickenbacker.
And that's my whole point. I mean, I think that's the way we sound.
Everybody toast to the two people that died in the last few weeks.
Yeah, here's to David Bowie and to
David
Lemmy.
Bowie.
To Lemmy and Bowie for
To
sure.
Lemmy and Bowie.
man.
Lowy.
They're
Rock and
jamming
roll heaven.
right now.
We were playing at the Twilight Cafe, for Jimmy Armstrong, great guy, and we were playing, and we're supposed to wear suits and ties. Well, I couldn't find my tie, so it turns out I couldn't wear my suit and tie, and I looked out of place. And instead of me playing with these guys who are all dressed to the nines with their suit and ties, with their skinny ties, a la, the Knack, I was wearing a Dawn of the Dead shirt that was cut off sleeves and looked like some hillbilly from Beaverton. So that was my disaster.
Did you keep the shirt on?
Yeah.
Because you're a drummer, and
Yeah.
many drummers become topless during shows.
No, I don't go topless because I don't want to see. You don't want to see this. I'm in the higher ends of the 40s, so you don't want to see that.
You know what? We've only played out probably 6 times in the last 2 years, and this is really an odd band. And I don't know about other bands, but there's really no drama. There's no infighting, no arguing or anything.
We're the most well-adjusted band
We really are.
in Portland. Screw the Dandy Warhols; they don't know what they're talking about. We are the most well-adjusted band in Portland.
I don't know about that, but as
I
we
don't know
sit
if
here,
we're well adjusted, but we all like each other,
we're all medicated.
That's quite right. Yes.
and we show up and play, and nobody has.
No, it's
issues,
nice for everybody
so-
to show up, and I typically kind of write the songs and send them out, and then we show up, and magically everybody has done a little bit of homework, and they just know the parts, and then we move them around a little bit and change things, and vocals come and go, and it's really easy.
As it should be.
Yeah,
A band is supposed to be fun.
yeah.
This is true, right?
Well, that and we have our own masseuse upstairs, and when we feel kind of tight, we have that thing going on. So.
Do we have
keep
to
a
wear a suit
bartender
all the
on
time?
staff.
Well, I think every show we wore suits. Band, I like it.
You know what?
I like
I
this.
love that
Very
band.
driving
That was we worked really hard, and we played all over the place for I think 5-6 years, and we had I think 13 people total in and out of the band, and really at the end, our bass player Swede, his wife had gotten pregnant, and she's gonna have a baby, obviously, and we were gonna have to show another person how to play the songs, and I said no. I don't want to show anybody else how to play the songs. I just want to do something else now. So it wasn't really anything that bad. It was sometimes you just know it's time to move on. I mean, there's just the way it is.
Can't beat a dead horse.
No,
Sometimes you got to just move on.
we had 2 good albums. So what can you expect on the next album,
Yes.
Dwight?
We have 5 songs already, right?
Yeah.
So another 6, 7.
So on the next album, I predict it might be a little quicker. Same people playing. Same guy writing the songs, Barry. But possibly more up tempo. I mean, I think it'll be a little harder hitting, but definitely not a punk album.
Think
Throw that out
AC/DC, the Ramones, Motorhead. The combination of those 3 is the way the Edgies are going to be. Pretty much the same.
With a tiny bit of Barry Manilow and some Jimmy Buffett.
ABBA, absolutely ABBA too.
And the Bay City Rollers and the
Cheap
Knack.
Trick.
And some Cheap Trick
And
because Shiggy.
Sweet.
You know, we keep on throwing at
Van
the cheap.
Halen.
We keep on throwing at the cheap
Yeah,
trick
we have to
thing
just,
because
like,
Shiggy is the
hates
most
him.
mellow guy in the world. The only thing that will set him off, I found, is if you tell him you like Cheap Trick, he gets so annoyed and angry.
Shiggy,
I don't know why. He hates them.
Shiggy,
he
tell
hates
us why-
Cheap
I
Trick.
don't want to get to that.
Shiggy, tell us why you hate Cheap
ABBA
Trick.
is okay. He hates Cheap Trick. Why? Yeah, tell us Cheap Trick story.
Surrender
Tell me.
and tell us why.
Tell us why.
Well, because my
Mike's down there
teacher,
with your wiener.
my teacher, the DJ, the disc jockey in Japan, they're promoting punk rock, and they said, "Don't listen to these songs. Don't listen to these songs. That's a Cheap Trick and Johnny's." So I followed my teachers. I didn't listen.
You didn't
to
listen to it though. Cheap
Everybody-
Trick's cool.
Everybody
Trick's
listen.
rock.
Cheap Trick's better
It's
than
good.
Journey, though.
Oh my God!
Well,
you can't compare
it's
the two.
entertaining,
Right?
rock. They're
I
no
mean, Cheap
rebel.
Trick's better than
They're no
Journey.
rebel.
They're a big
They're
joke.
no.
Journey's terrible,
They're
dude.
no punk rock.
Like Journey's
No,
like,
they're not. But they're good. It's rock and roll.
but there's a couple
Yeah,
Cheap Trick songs.
but they're
I
no
could-
rebel.
I could get down with.
So I don't know if you learn something, when you're a child, it's very difficult to get rid of it. Very difficult to get rid of
This
it.
is true,
So
actually.
your teacher DJ said, "Don't listen to Cheap Trick.
Exactly. I
Yeah.
remember it.
Listen to Johnny. Don't listen
Yeah.
to Cheap Trick."
Who was your teacher?
I mean, that's
His name
pretty
is
solid, though.
Kensho Onuki. He's a great DJ, and it's back in 17 Japan.
1970,
Yeah, 1977.
77. Okay. So he was like.
He's
your
the one
instructor.
introduced the punk rock in Japan.
Oh, okay. He was your
So-
John Peel.
Yeah.
In
right.
He was my teacher. I followed it.
Nice.
And it was 77, so you gotta say don't listen to Wham.
No.
Wow, that was 80s.
Wham-
Don't
Wham was
wake
still
me
in-
That
up
was
before you go to
80s.
Still in the
I
Pampers.
remember.
That was a
in-
given.
I was in London.
I
that
mean,
time.
like that was a given. You know what I
83.
mean?
Yeah, we
Well,
weren't waking up before we.
I
go
don't
to-
think anybody in this band was waking
Waking
up
up
before
before
they go and
Yeah.
trying not to
Unfortunately,
go solo
you
or
know.
whatever. Pretty sure the four of us were void of.
Yeah,
Wham,
Dixie's Midnight
so-
Runners maybe, but not that. and
That was 82.
Men Without Hats.
You know
or
what?
Oh,
I listen to a
you
lot of
should
different
be
stuff.
safe
though.
when you
I
dance,
like a
though.
lot of stuff from the
Safety
'60s.
dance.
A lot of new wave. I like too from the early late '70s.
Sure,
early
Devo,
80s. I like a lot of new wave also.
Yeah, late 70s. That's what
Gang of
the,
Four,
It was really good.
Yeah, the
good
post-punk rock.
Post Punk,
You know,
Wire,
the,
Pink
it was
Flag
White
album,
Fucking
Album,
Pink
great
Flag
album,
album was sick. dude.
Poland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually
The
one that
Wipers,
I've
Portland
learned
That's-
from you guys, and I started
that's
listening to
new
that
to
Pink
me.
Flag,
I mean, you guys
Flag album.
told me
Oh my
about
god, so
it.
good. Yeah, seriously, that album rocks.
I don't know what's happening right now. That's
Well, there's some good bands out there. There's Lexi Vex, the Modern Gentleman, very good band. Lexi's great, and there's Problems,
they're good band.
great band. The
Oh,
Ransom,
they're great.
great
I
bands.
love them.
48 Thrills,
Yep.
The Edgies, of course. Lots
And
of
you know
bands.
what? Props to Jimmy for keeping the scene alive for everybody. That guy's
Jimmy
cool.
Armstrong,
It's
great
true.
guy.
Great Thrills,
He's
another
a
great band.
glue. He's
He
a
is.
glue in
The
the
glue
guy.
that keeps it going. I because of you, love the two Fiddler albums.
Fiddler and Broncho, I love.
Those kind of both
Yeah.
those album
Yeah.
bands are just
Garage
great.
rock is
Yep.
cool.
Good
I mean,
stuff.
you know what? The thing is, there's good music out there. You got to dig a little bit. Don't listen to whatever you pushed on. Just keep digging, and you'll find something you like.
Latter Day Skanks.
That's what we've been doing.
Yep.
Digging,
Yeah,
digging our grave.
Dina Gray.
Cutting loose. He's drinking juice.